today's episode, we are getting into Still Austin's fall release of 2024, Bottled and Bond. We're going to figure out if this is one should be added to your collection. I got what the name of. Let's get into this.
Play the intro.
I go by the name of Lord, let's serve you some whiskey. Welcome back. Wow. Now, folks, how you doing? Welcome. Anywho, we are getting into, as I said in the intro, Still Austin's 2024 Bottled and Bond release for the fall. Now, full disclaimer, this is my first Bottled and Bond expression from Still Austin. And spoiler alert, it's open already, so you already know how that goes. But in general, I actually do like Still Austin. I got into Still Austin a few years ago through their standard offering, which is pretty good. And then I found their foolproof versions and then their store picks. Wow. I would say this much. Even with that being a young whiskey in general, they drink pretty good. I thoroughly enjoy it. I love the taste profile. And that's all I'm gonna say about the foolproofs and the store picks, and even the regular offerings. I haven't had the ryes yet, but I do plan to explore more into the ryes and the rye store picks, and also the gin. I like gin too. So yeah, so let me know in the comment if you like gin. But today in particular, we're talking about the Still Austin 2024 Bottled and Bond fall release. Now, folks, this is age 6 years, whereas the other ones, if you look on the back of the label, they say it's age for a minimum of, go read it for yourself. But this, I had to get it. However, I did miss out. I mean, it's not too late on the other ones that came out, like the blue corn and I believe the red corn. I still want those. I heard nothing but great reviews about the blue corn as well as the red corn. But we're talking about the straight bourbon whiskey, Bottled and Bond, age 6 years. Now, I will say, I personally like Austin, Texas. This is made and aged and everything else in Austin, Texas. I've been to Austin, Texas before for South by Southwest. It was fun. It was hella fun. I stayed in North Austin. North Austin is a vibe all day long. And I went to this really, really amazing diner called the Omelet Tree. They made these ginger pancakes that were amazing. I never had ginger pancakes before, but I had ginger pancakes on that trip. Even to this day, when I make pancakes at home or waffles, I always add ginger to it just to remind me of being in Austin, Texas. Yeah. So I've already poured up today's offering in the glass. I would say already the legs on this is crazy. It's hugging the glass. The legs are falling down. They're nice, they're thick, very oily. Going in for the nose. Ooh, this nose is pretty pleasant. I would say it is a big difference from the standard offering. Now, like I said, the standard offering is very young for the most part. However, I do like the nose in the standard offering, but this takes a little twist with this being a little bit older. First note that pops out at me, I've never had this note before. It's a cereal note, but more like, you remember the honeycomb cereal note? Honeycombs is a huge honeycomb note that pops out. Followed by, I'm getting bacon spices like a cinnamon and a brown sugar, but it's a little bit burnt brown sugar. Not bad though. And then it's followed deeply, there's a fruit note in it, and the fruit note that I get, there's an apple note, but more so like an apple and an apple cider note. Let me know in the comments if you like apple cider. I just bought this really nice bottle of apple cider the other day. Should do a review on apple cider. Oh man, I can smell this nose for a minute. Another note I'm getting next to the apple cider note, there's a pecan note in this. But now it's more like a toasted pecan note. So overall, I would say this is a pleasant nose. It is, I feel in the last month, we reviewed a bunch of whiskeys on this channel that I feel have a nice fall time and a holiday vibe to it. This is one I would say that has like a holiday vibe. But enough about the nose. Let's go in for the taste. I would say with this being 100 proof, there is a pepper note on the palate to me. Also, there's like a weird cakey note that comes up. Not necessarily weird like a bad way, but a good way, because I guess it makes sense with me having the honey waffle cone, or the honeycomb cereal note on the nose. Then I guess it transfers over to the palate, which I'm getting like that cakey taste or whatever. But the cake note I'm getting is almost like a almond bundt cake. Not necessarily fully almond, but that's the closest thing I can get to outside of like a lemon poppy seed note. It's not too lemony, but it's not too almondy. It's like in the middle between those two. I like both of those bundt cakes a lot. That's pretty good. So next to that bundt cake note, you do get vanilla in it in general, yeah. So overall, the mouthfeel of it is pretty good. Like, it's very oily. The viscosity in it, pretty good. Next thing you know, it is a long finish. It's still going on. It's like the party starts. Next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. Maybe a few people left, but next thing you know, maybe the party's wrapping up at 3 or at 4, but it's going on. It is thoroughly enjoyable. It's not necessarily too spicy, even though I mentioned it did have that pepper spice on the initial palate. It's not nothing necessarily that overpowers it. However, I do feel like with this being 100 proof, it is a perfect proof point. This particular blend, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know necessarily how this would transfer over in a high proof version, but as 100 proof, I personally like it and enjoy it. So would I recommend this one? Yeah, hell yeah. If you like Still Austin, 1000% recommended. Like I said, it is a big difference on the nose and palate than like the traditional offering of the bourbons and like the high proof versions and then the store picks and things like that. However, with this being 6 years old and the bottle of wine, it is very interesting and it is pretty flavorful and it has a long finish. So if that's something you're into, I would gladly recommend you to get this. I know this is the 3rd installment for their Bottled and Bond series. And like I said, this is the fall 2024. So I'm thoroughly pleased with this, so highly recommend it. Yeah. So let me know in the comments if you like Still Austin or if you've tried this one. And also let me know if there's any particular Still Austin that you are honey for. If you like this one, go ahead and give me a good old like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. And like we always say at this time, folks, cheers, salud, sante, Kobe, and all that jazz.